Non-fungible token, that's a noun.
That's true.
What else is a noun?
Well, I was thinking about that. Like nouns are really good, but I kind of like verbs and adjectives more.
I like interjections. But nouns are great.
Nouns are great, and our next speaker's great.
What's great is if you have heard of the Nouns Project or you haven't, what certain people in the community are demonstrating is what you do with a DAO. Remember, with NFTs, the project itself is just the beginning, and it's not just the creators of the project that can then do something with it. What do you got?
Yeah, Abtoshi Naunamoto. She gave me a cool pair of glasses here. So
you already got red glasses.
I know, but now I got some more fancy ones.
Red on red.
That's pretty fancy.
All right, we're going to find out about becoming a DAO-supported entrepreneur. We welcome Abtoshi.
Abtoshi!
Come on! More,
and you get
more.
A minute, because we took a minute of your time.
So that's cool. I think Abtoshi Naunamoto is the most hilarious name.
I didn't get glasses.
I'm going to change. They're right back there. I'm going to get some to you and to everyone who's in here. Thank goodness there's this amount of people, because I have enough for everybody. So make sure you come out to me afterwards. Hi. Wow. Main stage, NFT.NYC. Hi, Nikki. What is good? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Abtoshi. I am with the Nouns DAO. I'm a Nouns builder, and I'm here to tell you how you could also become a builder with the Nouns, because there's a huge opportunity for everyone, just as there was for myself, to become a DAO-funded entrepreneur. For those of you who do know me and have seen me around at these conferences, I promise you I have other outfits. I'm just really trying to brand and burn this image into your brain. So at least after today, if you don't remember anything else, you can remember that you saw the Noun Lady, okay? So the Noun Lady is gonna tell you about, I can't really see these, oh, here we go. They gave me a clicker, let's see if this thing works. Yes, becoming a DAO-supported entrepreneur, please follow me on all platforms, okay? I don't only want you to follow me, I really need it. I need your approval, and I hope that it's showing, okay? 3 things that you're gonna learn from this talk. Nouns DAO offers entrepreneurs a new pathway for funding. I have been through this process and I have received funding myself, so I'm gonna tell you my personal story so you guys can have an example of that, because you also have access to this funding. So if you're an artist, an entrepreneur of any kind, a creator in this space, trying to launch your project or yourself or your brand, maybe you are the brand. I'm kind of out there doing like live streams and stuff too. I will be becoming a brand. And because of Nouns, this has been possible. And I would love for you guys to have the opportunity as well too. So there's a lot of different ways that this can happen. WTF is Nouns DAO. I was gonna say it out loud, but I just told someone backstage that Nouns was family friendly, so we'll just keep it a little bit PG here. Please scan these so you can watch these awesome videos that explain to you a little bit more what Nouns DAO is. I'm also gonna do that myself. You can see more on the left video from the builder side, a builder that's been funded. That is also a on-chain proposal of people that have been funded, the media crew that actually made that video. Pretty cool. And then the video on the right is an animated film that kind of walks you through what Nouns DAO is from this really cute sort of cartoony perspective. So Nouns secretly loves animators. So all you animators out there, you might find your home with Nouns. But the most important thing is that they fund builders, okay? I am one of those builders. I'm just gonna set my phone down. I'd written a bunch of notes, but I feel like I do 3-hour live streams where I talk about Nouns. I was like more nervous that I couldn't do it all in 10 minutes, okay? But how does this happen? An auction builds the treasury, nouns.wtf. That's where you're gonna go to watch this auction. Every single day, a noun is up for auction, and every day, whoever wins that auction becomes the holder of that token. 100% of the proceeds from the auction go into a big treasury, and then all of the holders who own these tokens get to vote how that treasury is spent. And you know, there's these much smarter than I 9 founders of this project who really put this whole system together. This is all happening trustlessly. This is happening with like 8 smart contracts talking and interacting with each other. If you guys are more interested on that side, please come up to me afterwards so I can actually give some people for you guys to follow as developers. For me, this is like a premier way to run a DAO. It solves a lot of issues that we kind of see. That one-a-day thing really gives that new person 24 hours to kind of onboard into the community, find their place. You're not having thousands of people coming in at one time. And so it really makes it this really cool way to see who's being funded. You can put proposals in right online, right at nouns.wtf. If you have 2 of the Nouns tokens, you can put a proposal up, or you can sponsor somebody and their proposal, such as myself. So I do not own a noun, okay? Well, I kind of do. Hi, shout out to all of the people that I own a noun with. A couple of us got together and we're like, well, we can't be left out of this party. We can't necessarily afford a 30 ETH noun right now, but a bunch of us could afford to throw in a couple ETH each, so we all have 2 nouns that we vote with and stuff together too. But if you don't have a noun, you can still go on chain. And everybody votes. Those are votes from one of my proposals. Other ways that you could do it without going on chain to start, this is how I started. Prop House. Scan that code or go to prop.house. You do not need a noun. You need a wallet address. That is it to submit your idea. When I started, it was like freshman class of nouns. The very first round 1 of nouns, there was only the nouns house, and they would open these little projects to fund people like 2 ETH, 5 ETH, sometimes 10 ETH for larger projects for their ideas. Now we have tons of houses. NARS DAO, that came from nouns. Food Nouns DAO. Rug Radio's on there and is at a house. I myself got to put a house up there, and I funded people at NFT Paris and at ETH Denver for their projects. So it's kind of a great way to enter the ecosystem, I think, without having to own a noun. Also, if you're like a researcher type of person and like that, and you really like to learn about these communities before you kind of dive in, discourse is where you're going to want to go. Before anyone puts their prop up, they put it up there to sort of get feedback and comments. It's where I go to scout new people and to see what everyone's kind of doing and to see like-minded people, because you're going to want to build a community around you. It is a massive, awesome community, but there's tons of little niche things happening, so you will find your way. How did I start in nouns? I failed. Okay, you could go to Discourse, meet everybody in the community, but the important thing to know is that you're just going to throw your idea out there and people are going to vote for it or not. And so thank goodness I stuck around, because after 3 fails, I finally got my idea funded through nouns, but the failures taught me a lot. They taught me how to be a better proposal writer. They forced me to have to meet members in the community and to go out and say my idea, because it's one thing to put your idea on paper and then push the submit button, and it's another to sort of see like who is actually voting for you. Where do these people exist, on Twitter or Discord? Like, do I reach out to these people? How do I get them to vote yes for me and not anyone else? So it's an entire process that really took me. Each of those fails is about a 2.5-week time period, right? So a few months I was really in there kind of trying to make it happen. Finally, thank God, someone in the community, 0xGami, I don't know if you guys know him, he's the founder of NARS DAO. They are a DAO that specifically sponsors and funds professional athletes. So if you're one of those, you want to check out NARS, GNARS.WTF. Came up to me and he said, please just pick a conference, just pick one event. Stop trying to market nouns across the world. Pick one event, stick with it, and be amazing at it. And my first event was NFT.NYC last year. So thank you guys so much. Shout out Jody. Thank you as well. Look how far we've come, you guys. Last year I was just putting up stickers, trying to run around and get people to see the noggles, and now I'm here with all of you, getting to hand you out noggles afterwards. I'm really, really excited. As an entrepreneur, this piece is really important to me, and I really wanted to shine light on it. Don't be afraid of failing. Don't be afraid of people not understanding your idea immediately. Keep going. This success is there somewhere for you, because after these little small grants that I got, I think the first grant I got was for 5 ETH. Came to New York, did a conference. It was super successful. I like randomly ended up in a Shopify commercial. Like Andy Milonakis held up nouns and said he loves nouns. So it was a blast, and kind of like goes along what I do with as a builder of sort of like building this brand of getting it just in people's faces and getting them to finally, when they see these noggles, know that that means Nouns DAO. And so I said, hey, Nouns, I want to go on chain. Someone within the community finally knew me, sponsored me, and I said I wanted to do what I had done at NFT.NYC for 6 months. So Prop 110 passed unanimously. That was so exciting. And while I was doing that, I promised to do 5 events with Nouns. I ended up doing 9 over the course of 6 months. So great. I went to places like ETH Berlin. We went to Oktoberfest. We got a bunch of Germans in Lederhosen to wear noggles and talk about nouns. It was absolutely incredible. From that, I got an interview with a different prop. A proposal was up by Stupid Buddy Studios. If you guys don't know them, they're founders of Robot Chicken. Small-time heroes of mine, kind of, growing up. They interviewed me for the doc they're doing for Nouns, and then said, hey, we have a parade float we're doing on New Year's Eve, Pasadena, California. We need help with it. So I got to put in another prop and actually work with them, and had 20 people in these jumpsuits dancing around. It was like on live television, so millions of people got to see Nouns. Whether or not they kind of know what nouns are, I know you said I have a minute. I just want to like show you guys this as well, because as an entrepreneur, when you're doing these proposals and thinking about your idea, please write in yourself. You need to be funded as well. The dark blue stuff on the right is like me putting in funding for me to actually carry out these things. Just make sure, I think it's super important if you guys are gonna put props in, like, to compensate yourself for that time. Nouns is all about it and really appreciates it. And again, that's my final prop. I'm here because of my last Prop 206, Nouns on the Ground. NFT.NYC is one of 18 events we're doing this year where we're gonna talk about nouns and all the ways that you guys could get funding. And please, 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 like I said, follow me. I do live streams every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I'll be starting one tomorrow, 1 to 3 this time. I'm just on there. Come online, ask me questions, and I will hopefully get to answer and help you guys come into Nouns and get funding for your projects too. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.